What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Huge News. No credit check or reapplication required. For the 24 months of working capital, it is Thursday, April the 8th, 2021. Please do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL with your comments below, and don't forget, follow me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz. That's TrySmallBiz. Username is SmallBiz Inc. Because of you guys, we are making a massive difference, so much of a difference. I'm extending the National Beer Day one more day because, in case you haven't heard the news, ladies and gentlemen, I turned 51 years old this coming Tuesday. And yes, my real middle name, for all those that are new, is in fact Aries. So pull up a chair, grab an ice cold shock top, aka beer, first one of the day, glass of wine, cup of tea, here we go. Cheers. By the way, we have to do a special cheers today. Yesterday it was Miss Isabel Guzman in the SBA who swamped because the live venue portal just crashed. You can only imagine the stress. But today I want to cheer the number one source, ladies and gentlemen. In case you haven't heard the news, the number one source for EIDL, Mr. Max Maher. Yes, he's now opening with that because he is in fact, the number one source for EIDL. So Max, we love you. Here's to you, buddy. Yes, 51 years old, by the way. I tease Max. I love Max. He knows I love him. But he just confirmed what I've been telling you guys for the last week or so, right? There wasn't going to be a credit check with respect to the 24 months of working capital. There wasn't going to be a reapplication process unless they smell a rat, aka fraud. Didn't I tell you guys that last week? In fact, let's do a quick review of what's happened in the last 12 months, ladies and gentlemen. I was telling everybody back in early April, you were getting $10,000 of the balance thereof. The caps are going to go back to $2 million. And one fucking way or another, we're going to get the EIDL loan forgiven altogether. So I did that for months until a bill known as S4227 showed up in the Senate in July. It's now S513, much skinny down version. I was telling people months ago it was going to get $10,000 or the balance thereof, not $1,000 per employee, right, me, Kevin? I was telling you last week or two it was no credit check, no reapplication. In fact, didn't I tell you days before this email was sent out that over half of you have already received that it was going to be a modified reconsideration, aka no portal, and that's exactly what it is. So I'll let you guys decide who the number one source is. As I said the other day, there are those of us that are sharing the news, and then there are some of us that are actually making the news. So I love Max, and I trust he and his source, in fact, at the SBA. But that's old news. What we're working on behind the scenes with a couple of crazy friends of mine and a half a dozen or more channels I've mentioned. By the way, shout out to Speak and See, who was the first to announce that the Senate has actually released the text of the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S513. So Chuck Schumer, what's your excuse now? You've got the text. Everybody's probably read it by now, those that are actually interested in it anyway. So you either call a vote on S513, or here's another idea. I'll let you stuff it in with that $2.2 trillion pork package, because at least $1 trillion, Chuck, is unrelated to roads, tunnels, bridges, and airports. I'll give you one example. High-speed internet access? Okay. We're going to give high-speed internet access, folks, in case you haven't heard the news, to low-income communities. That's Black, Latino, tribal, and, of course, rural voters, a.k.a. more pandering to low-income communities. I say fair enough. Let's give everybody high-speed 5G internet access. But how about taking care of the backbone of this country? Mr. President Biden, aren't you middle-class Joe? You've got 5 million small business owners right now in the SBA EIDL queue that are being denied, at least for now, $10,000 of targeted EIDL advance because they happen to live on the other side of the tracks. It doesn't mean, and I've seen it with my own two eyes, that they haven't suffered 50, 60, 70, 80, even 90 to 100% economic loss. So I'm calling on President Biden, Chuck Schumer, and everybody else I've been hammering on Twitter for the last couple of weeks in particular. We want a vote called on the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S513. And if that's not good enough, go ahead and slide it in there, because when you got a $2 trillion, say that fast 10 times, even on your first beer, when you got a $2.2 trillion infrastructure package that's going to be full of unrelated stuff, what's $15 billion to back up the American small business owner in this country. We are the infrastructure of the United States of America. 99% of all companies, right, Jackie Rosen, have fewer than 500 employees. So in case you haven't heard me, pull up a damn chair, grab yourself an ice cold beer. I'm a little fired up today. Here we go again. All kidding aside, I've shown as much love and respect to all the channels, including Max. We're a team. We're all different, right? Thank God for that. There's one of me, there's one of Max, there's one of Speak and See, there's one of Rod Squad. Where's he been? Where's the brother from another mother? Haven't seen him recently. I saw Dan release a video yesterday over at I Allegedly. Aubrey Janik, Steven Carlson, Ryder over at Skip does some very good screen shares, and everybody else, including Mr. Purple Power, that has brought us to this table. But ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you yesterday, you got to trust me. I know not everybody's going to like Jason. That's fine. I'm used to that. Been going on since almost 51 years, by the way, this Tuesday. But I am not stupid enough to fail to recognize that this is a collective effort. And I have, as a result of launching this new business, Small Biz Inc., which the website should go live within a week to 10 days or so. It's like I went from here in terms of credibility, ladies and gentlemen, to here. If you were to call Jackie Rosen's office and say, you know who Jason is? Oh, you mean the guy that's got a crush on me? Yeah, I know who Jason is. They all know me. People keep asking me, well, what are the chances that they're actually seeing all your tweets that are going absolutely berserk on Twitter? Folks, I have been sending, for those of you that are new, copies of my videos since the June 10th Senate hearing when I had to watch Miss Javita Carranza, the worst head of the SBA in the last 45 years, tell everybody that she was going to ration the grant at $1,000 per employee and cap the loans at 150 G's when Big Ben Cardin said, yeah, but didn't we just give you $350 billion? And now we just learned, as of a couple of weeks ago, they're still sitting on a behemoth $271.6 billion, over $250 billion. Well, we have 5, 6, 7 million people hanging on for dear life, trying to save their business, in many cases, a generational restaurant, law firm, accounting, you name it. They're sitting on just ungodly amounts of money, and they're about to spend even more. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me summarize what has happened in the last 48 hours. Go to the community wall of my profile on YouTube. You'll see a copy of my application or email invitation for the targeted EIDL advance. Yes, I live in Roswell, Georgia, $35,000 above the median income for Georgia at $93K. If I'm getting it, everybody's getting it. And you may have seen, by the way, in case you didn't hear me earlier, Max Maher is the #1 source. His source confirmed not only is there no credit check, not only is there going to be no reapplication process for over 90% of you that already got a loan, I just had a senior moment. So let's just take a moment here. Maybe grab the beer. I just forgot what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea how many things. We don't edit around here. How many things I have going on right now. Massive amounts of irons in the fire. So I was talking about no credit check, no reapplication, confirmed by Max Maher's source at the SBA. Oh, I filled out. I see it comes back to me. I lose my train of thought for 25 seconds there of dead air, but it comes back to me. Did I mention I'm 51 on Tuesday? That's got to be worth a few hundred comments, I think. Because I could pass, right? Look, I trimmed up the beard. I could pass for early 40s, 10 years-ish, younger than what I am right now. Like, right. Hey. This is off the rails, as they would say. It's a train wreck. This is a train wreck of a video. This is actually my first beer, believe it or not. I've been working my ass off all day. So I love each and every one of you, even Max and all the snowflakes that I like to pick on from time to time. I'm doing my best, ladies and gentlemen. And as I said a minute ago, it's coming back to me now. As I launched this name on Twitter, we've had fintech companies offering $5 million loans at just under 6% if you have really good credit. We have other people saying, coming out of the woodwork, we have congressmen and women. Yeah, that was a burp. We have congressmen and women retweeting my stuff. And every single one of them, Big Ben Cardin knows who Jason McElhone is. I can promise you that. But here's what you guys got to keep in mind. It's the staff that communicates with me the vast majority of the time. There are dozens of people at the SBA, including my loan officer who's been there 17 years. He knows exactly what I do because he and others watch damn near every one of my videos. And I've been emailing the ones minus all the F-bombs to senators, congressmen, and women for 6 months. Everything I've told you guys is happening. In fact, in the case of 24 months of working capital, way more than I asked for. The problem that we face, the challenge that is what it is the federal government doesn't move that fast. So when somebody whispers in my ear, hey, I'm hearing X, and I tell you guys there's going to be no credit check, no reapplication, and then it's formally announced by multiple sources, and then I said it was going to be a modified reconsideration, which is exactly what that email pinned in the community wall is all about. So no, don't wait if you haven't gotten the email for 24 months of working capital. And as the title states, as long as you already got a loan, and this has been confirmed in writing, you can go watch Max, who I absolutely adore his video. The source gives a long-winded answer. It's exactly what I told you the other day. If you're in the system and you're what they consider to be legitimate, you've already gotten a loan, whether it's 10 grand or up to 150 grand. Unless they see a red flag, it's going to sail right through. If you're in reconsideration right now, another question I get a lot, are they going to force you to reapply? I don't think so, but, and you can read Max's source for this, they may put you through a bit of what I called a grinder the other day, right? They may say, send us your tax returns. Okay, well, I sent my taxes into the IRS, but the 4506T is showing zeros. We're going to fix that problem too. Folks, let me just summarize this all over the place video. You're going to get 10 grand regardless of where you fucking live. The loan caps in the next 2 or 3 weeks are going back to $2 million. And whether it's Jackie Rosen's bill, Isabel Guzman's discretion, or President Biden with an executive order, I believe with all my heart, soul, and may as well include my sources, that they're going to give everybody 10 grand regardless of size or location. Many of you at that point will already have received 24 months of working capital. And yeah, when I'm all done with that and walking on water, I am going to work on getting the EIDL loan forgiven altogether. Right, Big Ben Cardin? Another guy who's very familiar with that guy who talks real loud and drinks beer on camera. So I don't want to drag this out any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, always remember, I have your best interest at heart. We're going to get you this money. There's going to be massive amounts of capital for most of you. I'm going to work my ass off with Ben Cardin and others to at least get 50 to 100,000 based on economic loss of the EIDL loan related to the pandemic forgiven. And then when I'm done with that, and we launched this website, trysmallbiz.com. Again, founder and CEO, in case you haven't heard, of Small Biz Inc. Don't ask me how that was available, but it was. I'm going to do a Small Biz podcast, Small Biz newsletter. We're going to have Small Biz cruise. My mission in life is about to become growing your small biz. No matter what you do, I'm going to crank up the volume. I'm going to generate massive amounts of traffic to you, your website, your products and services. So until next time, if you're not dancing on the ceiling or a little bit more excited about what's going on in this EIDL world that we live in, I don't know how I can help you. So always remember, I love you. And from another consecutive day of National Beer Day here in Atlanta. Don't forget, 51 on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. I wonder how many stuck around this long. This is a bit of an intimate moment. Probably 10%. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.